I'm Charles Jones. My daughter Lynn Golden and I are the current owners of Milkey Way Farm. But in a sense, Milkey Way Farm is owned by the whole community of Giles County, because when you have any kind of gathering here, you run into people whose father or grandfather or mother worked here, and they feel an emotional tie to the farm, almost like somebody related to their own family farm. And so we're more caretakers, with Frank Mars having been the visionary and the builder, and the people of the community then having been the ones who brought it into reality. It's kind of surprising that people that were just earning a modest wage to kind of get through the Depression would put their heart into something the way these buildings reflect, to where they built things where they not only use their hands, but they use their commitment and their true emotion into it. And now, 80 years later, the buildings are just, many of them are just as if the foundations were laid yesterday. And this house is a good reflection of that. I was born in Jackson County, Tennessee, and then during the Great Depression, if you could call it great, we lived in Rutherford County, Tennessee, on a tenant farm. It was a farm owned by a fellow named Ben Ward. And as a child, I heard stories about people buying and investing in real estate. And since we had no professionals or business people in our family, it was kind of like the fellow said about when the only thing you have is a hammer, then everything looks like a nail. Well, real estate was the only thing that I had any concept of what to do with. And so when I was in the Army making $70 a month, I bought my first lot in Nashville for $10 a month from a gentleman there that was developing an area. And having made then a number of transactions since that 1951 period, in 1998 I bought the Worthen building from the Driving Miss Daisy fame, and then sold that off to developers. It's now Worthen Lofts. And so some of the proceeds of the Worthen building and other things permitted us to come and buy this beautiful property.